Hey there, Randleman here. Got a few random ramblings for you this morning that I wanted to share with you. We've been here where I live, we've been about 8 weeks into this social distance, quarantine, isolation time. And let me tell you, it's kind of driving me nuts. But through that time, God has really taught me a few things. And I think there have been some good lessons that I've been able to learn even in this time. I think I've narrowed it down to about 3 main lessons, 3 things that I have realized during this time. First one is this, is that the family time, that needs to be a little bit more of a priority in our lives. I know my wife has told me more than once that she has been praying that we would have more opportunities to have family meals together. And so as a result of quarantine time, we've had more meals around our table than we've had in a long time, just because we have 7 kids. We stay really busy with 7 kids. And so it's hard to get things coordinated where we're all there at the same time. And for the most part, we've done a lot of that, and that's exciting. The other part about the family time that we have enjoyed is instituting what we have now as a weekly family movie night. We are going through the Marvel Cinematic Universe chronologically, in the not when the movies were created, but when they took place. And so we're, 5 or 6 movies into 21, 22 total for that series, and we're loving that too. The kids are eating that up, and so am I, to be honest, loving it. The second thing that I've learned is a little bit more spiritual in nature, and that has been the whole process of trying to come back together as a church. We have not had church here at Parkview for about 8 weeks. And so as I struggle with how to bring that back together and when we can open back up and how that happens, I've realized that there are 3 considerations we've got to watch out for. The first one is that, first of all, as a church, we owe a responsibility to God to obey His commandment in the book of Hebrews, where He says, do not give up meeting together. And so for a time, we have to go to the second one, which I'll get to in a second, in respect for His command to us. We kind of have to be together. We're not designed to be apart. We're not designed to be in isolation. We are created to be in community, and that's how we designed the church. That's what it's all about. However, the second consideration I've realized in that is that Romans chapter 13, 1 Peter also talks about this, is that we are to obey the authorities that God has instituted over us. And those authorities, whether they're federal, whether they're county and state level, or whether they're just the local health department regulations, they have asked that we not meet in large groups. And so we have to submit to those authorities until such a time as I see that going against what God has ordained in that first order of priority. Then the third consideration is that even in the midst of whether we meet or don't meet, whether we obey the authorities or we obey God, we've got to make sure that we offer a safe and a secure opportunity for the people of our church to worship, for the people of our community, for 2 reasons. 1, I don't want any of our people to get sick. But 2, I don't want to be blatantly disregarding the law and provide the opportunity to be a bad example, a bad witness into our community. So there's a lot of different considerations there that are worth thinking about as we strive to understand what God wants us to learn in this quarantine time. And then the third thing that I've realized over the last 8 weeks is that, I have a set schedule of getting my haircut every 3 weeks. It's just, I default to that. 4 weeks is too long, 2 weeks is too short. I haven't had a haircut in almost 12. This is driving me nuts. I need a haircut bad. Hopefully we can do it soon, because if I try to do this myself, you don't want to see that. That would scare everybody. There you go. There's my random ramblings for today. Random ramblings from Randleman. That's really kind of hard to say. Oh well, guess we're going to stick with it anyway. See you next time.